Welcome to A Dose of Feeling. I'm Mushka, just a real human navigating the beautiful chaos of life. This podcast is about keeping it real, sharing my highs, lows, and the lessons that shaped me. It's a mix of stories, inspiration, and honest conversations, like chatting with a friend who just gets it. So get comfy and let's dive into this journey together. Let's feel it all.
Hi, fellow feelers, and welcome back to another episode. Again, I'm so happy that you're here. And each episode is really helping me to, I say push, but someone once told me, like, instead of push, which sounds a little aggressive, how about move? So, helps me to move through various feelings and experiences in a really healing way. And it's been a really wonderful journey. On today's episode, I will be talking about redefining normal. What is normal? Who gets to define weird? Fitting in, fitting out, not being for everyone. And this has really come to me over the last few months. I realized that I was always different. At heart, all of us are different. God made us in our unique way. We have a piece of God. That's the only thing that we have in common. And other than that, we have free will. We can be whoever we want. We can do whatever we want. And we're not made to fit into these boxes in order to be like everyone else. And I remember growing up, I pushed every kind of box and expectation because on the one hand, I was different by being Jewish, Orthodox, a big family. I had a really different upbringing, a unique experience. I left home when I was much younger and everything felt different. But in the moment, it was like, okay, I'm doing what everyone else is doing. I have all these rules. This is what you need to do as a teenager in this community, in this household. And so it didn't feel to me that I was different, and I wanted to be different. I wanted to be the one who didn't dress the same way, who didn't act the same way, the good little girl sitting at the table and doing what she's told. Even in my family, I would walk, and maybe I've shared this before, that my family would go out somewhere, me and my 9 siblings, and we were visibly different. And that could have been enough for me, but being in the family, I felt like I just blended into this family. And so I would walk like 10 steps behind my family. So people thought that I was not part of my family and I was different from my family. And I wish, looking back, I could have embraced how different we were and how beautiful it was to be different. And today, I love it. I love being with my family. I love that we're so different. But when you're in this community that feels the same, and being in a family that we all feel the same, I wanted to really step outside of that as much as I can. And yeah, so it's brought me to a place today where I keep questioning the things that I do. I am different, and I hope you are different. And I hope that you can embrace your uniqueness, because we don't want to be the same as everyone else. And I feel like even today, and I struggle with doing certain things that are quote unquote different because of how other people will see me. And really the question is, who decides what is normal, what is weird, what is okay, what is allowed, and who created these boxes for you to fit in, to say, okay, because you fit in this box, you're normal. Because you don't fit in this one and you fit over there, you're not normal, you're weird, you're different. What I've been trying to do is hold myself accountable to being as different as can be, because that's what I want from everyone in my life and everyone in this world, to really shine in their own unique way. But in order to expect that from other people in my life, I have to expect that for myself. And so when I look at someone and I imagine, okay, they're gonna see this thing I'm doing and think, oh, I'm such a weirdo. Well, who defined what is weird? Who says that I'm the weird one? Maybe you are the different one that is doing the thing that I'm not doing. And that's the weird thing to be doing. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say here, and I want that from you. I want you to be the different one that is not doing what I'm doing. But there is this cultural, community, societal pressure to fit into a box. And if you find yourself in a box, you will be accepted, you will be loved, you will be wanted, you will be invited, you will be celebrated. And so we have to find in our lives which type of box we fit in. If you've come to a place like I have, where in various forms life starts to kind of crumble at the seams and you're saying, okay, well, this isn't working for me, this isn't working, I need to look at this. This is a really common theme where people say, okay, I'm realizing I don't fit into a box and I need to do something about creating a box that feels so right for me, my own box, that it doesn't matter if I'm accepted, invited, wanted. All that matters is that I'm bringing out the best in myself. And I know so many people in my life who are stuck and they're struggling to find, their creative outlet, or to find what makes them happy, or to find what they enjoy doing, or new hobbies, because they're so not used to looking at their own box or their own unique space in their life. They have to keep connecting it to something else that they know. But really, what we need to do is cut everything else that we know and start from scratch. Honestly, for me, it was like a reset. It was like, I need to reset my life and start to feel into, what do I want? What do I need? What do I like? What makes me feel good? And not have it tied to anything else that I've already known. I used to have a lot of anxiety about, I wanted to stand out, but I couldn't. It meant that I was being seen as so different. And even today, I get it a lot. I get it as I go somewhere and maybe I look different. Maybe I'm saying things that are not only not typical or the expectations of my standards, but it's also not typical of me, and it's new for me. And so I feel a lot of anxiety about how people will look at me, and feeling like because I'm different, I'm doing something wrong. When you really think about it, the people that we think are normal, which, by the way, my definition of normal, your definition of normal, who makes up the definition of normal, I have no idea, are also just following the rules, quote unquote, of what they feel is expected of them to fit into a certain box in order for them to qualify for whoever out there made this definition of normal. And it really is powerful for me to step into a position where, okay, what's the best thing that can happen for me being different right now? I am showing myself that my wants and needs, although different from, let's say what I'm used to or who I surrounded myself with, are honoring me, are true to me. How many people, I want you to ask yourself, if you're listening, how many of you can say that you are being 100% true to what feels good for you? If you had no one and nothing in this earth right now, if you were on a remote island in the middle of nowhere with nothing, what would you do? What would your day look like? What would you wear? How would you act? Where would you go? What would you think? What would you eat? And I can assure you, some of you, maybe if not all of you, are thinking about things that you could only do there, that you could never do in the life that you're living now. And, if no one was around, then I would definitely wear this. Or there was no one and nothing and no one ever knew, I would imagine doing this or follow this dream of mine. And that's really unfortunate if you're thinking that you can't bring that into your everyday life. Why wait for an opportunity where no one and nothing is around to follow your heart? A lot of it just comes back to belonging and I once heard a quote about belonging. It said, "The deepest form of belonging is when you no longer seek it." And it's not about being accepted by other people, it's about accepting yourself so fully that nothing feels foreign to you. And there's this unhealthy belonging that comes when you you give up yourself, your authenticity, and you just want to seek external validation and suppress parts of yourself that because you want to feel included. And true belonging is you're seen, you're accepted, completely whole the way you are, and you're not doing anything based on dependency or approval. And anyways, going back to a realization that I had was the thing with belonging is that I would socialize, I would have so much anxiety socializing. And even today, something will happen and I'll get triggered thinking about an event that I have to go to or go out with a group of friends. And I will get this feeling as if I was in that space 5 years ago. My body doesn't realize the difference. No, and this is I read this about the vagus nerve. I was reading this book, Resetting Your Vagus Nerve, which is an incredible book. And I was reading about how your body keeps a score, which is another great book, but your body holds on to everything. And it doesn't know that the Mushka today is reacting differently or experiencing so much different because of all the work that she's done in the however long it's been. So when my body is reacting to something and experiencing a trigger to something, it says, oh, we need to, it's unsafe. Your body starts to react, it's unsafe. And that's when you have to calm yourself down and say, no, Mushka, I understand. I'm reacting because it feels unsafe, but I'm honoring the fact that you have done so much work and you have really healed XYZ in this situation. And so your response today does not need to be the same as it was 5 years ago. And anyway, so that has really helped me when I start to feel like I'm getting triggered by something that doesn't bother me anymore. I don't get so anxious to go to events or to socialize or to meet new people. It doesn't bother me the same way that it used to. And a big realization I had was that I don't like everyone. I don't want everyone in my life. I don't want to be around the whole world. So why do I expect everyone to feel the same way about me? Why do I expect that everyone needs to like me? Why do I expect that everyone wants to go out with me and invite me to things and to include me? I understand, and I hope you understand that we're not meant for everyone. And that was really freeing for me that I would go somewhere, and this even happens today. I would go somewhere and I would meet new people, and I just wouldn't click with some people, and I would say, okay, it just doesn't, we don't click, this, it's okay. But then I would get all in my head, well, why don't they like me, or they make an event, why aren't they inviting me? We just aren't meant to be. And that's the way the world is. Not everyone is made to fit with everyone. And my uniqueness, what I do have, what I am proud of, the qualities I own, attract the people that I want to click for me. I really enjoy being around people who have meaningful conversations and can really honor themselves and are unique. And I call it kind of like a high vibration, personality. And I want people who will enhance my life. So if I am seeing that other people don't want me in their life, then obviously means that I am not going to enhance their life in the way that they want me to. And like I said, that it is a really freeing concept. And I hope that if you're listening, you can maybe take a second just to feel that. Your uniqueness will attract the right people into your life. And just take those couple sentences to sit with for a few minutes and notice what comes up for you. Because it may even be that that's all you need to hear. I am enough just being the way I am. So I noticed that there is this incredible relief that comes from releasing a need for approval, that I don't need you to think so highly of me in order for me to be the person that I want to be. And I encourage you, if you're listening, to embrace your quote unquote weirdness, your uniqueness. What is weird? When you think about maybe when you were a teenager or I don't know, young adult, and you're looking around, you're like, oh, they're so weird, oh, they're so different. And really, what is it about them? They're unique. There's something about them that is not the same as you, that maybe you don't gravitate towards, maybe you don't seem as like what's normal in because it's not something you do or your little box does. And so you think it's weird, but really it's just something that's different, and different is being unique. And the most powerful thing you can be is unique because you are yourself. And I can't reiterate this enough. You don't want to be generic. You don't want to be the same as everyone else. It is no fun. I mean, take a look at yourself. Are you normal? Because there may be someone out there who thinks that you are so different compared to them. And you're not honoring a little bit more of who you can be to be seen as unique. I'm just thinking back to high school. It was so rough for me. It was so hard. I tried so hard to fit in, and I was shy and I was anxious. I had such low self-esteem and low confidence. And I really wanted to be in with the quote unquote cool kids who, looking back, there was nothing cool about them. There's nothing cool about them today. But I just wanted to fit into a box. I wanted to be liked so badly. I don't even know who I was or what I was doing. And it led me to be so unhappy because not only was I not really listening to myself, but I was trying so hard to be something that everyone else could like about me, that it just took a toll on myself and these friendships that I tried. I forced to cultivate in order to fit in. So I want to leave you with a few meaningful pointers. I feel like this is a really relevant topic in today's society. I look around and honestly, people are just looking so the same to me. And I want to shake people and be like, but who are you? What is so special about you? I want to see that. I want you to experience that. And I want you to embrace this beauty of being different, that what makes you so special, there's nothing wrong with it. And when you stop trying to please everyone, your authenticity is magnetic. That's what I have found. I really trust that the energy in your way of being attracts the people that you want into your life, really changes the trajectory of your life because you're being so true to yourself. There's no way that anything you don't want will come into your life. And you end up opening the door to attracting the people and the situations that actually align with you. So I want you to also know that you don't have to change who you are to fit in. And just to accept that not being everyone's cup of tea is okay. I also want to add here how sometimes we are living in some type of structure that makes it really hard for us to step outside and be different. And I get that. And I still struggle with that a lot. I'm within certain confines that I have to be a certain way. And there are some things that I feel aren't 100% authentically me. And I continue to work on those and really explore those. Even within that, though, there are ways that you can bring your own authenticity to situations, and it doesn't take away from the fact that you are still honoring yourself. And really, at the end of the day, with all of these podcasts and with everything that I try to share, is that it comes down to how you feel. And I want you to take a second again, if you're listening to this, yourself to pause and notice how you're feeling in this moment. If anything that I shared resonated with you or brought up something or hit somewhere for you, I'd say take a look at it. Because where are you not honoring yourself 100% enough that you're not feeling 100%? At the end of the day, we want to feel so good. We want to be in touch with how we're feeling and notice where we're feeling in order to live a more authentic and beautiful life for ourselves. So, continue being you in your most beautiful, unique way, and know that you're loved and accepted and worthy the exact way that you are. And I hope you can just shine your light brighter into the world. If you have any thoughts or comments or questions, feel free to share it, and you can get in touch with me. My Instagram handle is in the description. I'd love to hear if anything resonated with you. Have a beautiful day, and I will talk to you all soon. I love you.